Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. Got a little bit too much covering on. I was just outside. Just something to think about. So I guess there's all this information coming about how corrupt the Biden administration was. It's like y'all got to think. Don't you guys think that they knew that this shit was gonna come out? These people don't make mistakes. Not like that. Like they knew this shit was gonna have to come out eventually. So like this is part of their plan. Is remember the red and the blue. Like it couldn't be more. Whenever I go into like a blue or red, like a supercharged up blue or red politician, they look at the other side literally like the enemy. Like the way they're talking about them, the way everything about it is hate. Like it's like they hate the other side. It's like these are still your countrymen or women. Not to mention human beings, but even like country. Like you guys are talking about like they're literally like demons, like each other. Like it's pure hatred, and like they're not working together at all. But beyond all that, this is why these are the two sides that they're using to pit us against each other to create more conflict. And this is also how they can keep you thinking. So one side does something bad, okay, but they do it on purpose to get you guys all riled up and shit like that. And then they come across and they play that card. And then you have Trump that plays the card of the one administering the justice, cleaning up the shop, doing all these right things to make people believe that he's really in the right. Because of course, like how could he be a part of these people if he's spilling the secrets on them? Unless of course there's time for them to spill certain secrets about themselves to gain people's trust. So I mean, it's all ploy. Like as soon as I heard Joe Rogan on him and Brett immediately talking about what was going on, it came through spirit that this has all been a setup. Like this is how that they're going to get you even more division and create even more conflict. And this is also how they're going to help paint Trump and Elon Musk and that organization as the quote unquote saviors. After they're behind and associated loosely. I'm sure that you dig deep enough and far enough, you could find ties to Trump, to Elon, to everybody, to one central organization. But in order to do that, you'd have to fucking probably hack some shit and do all sorts of crazy stuff, which is illegal, and I'm not telling anybody to do any of that. But I feel like they're all playing on the same side, which is the NWO, the New World Order, to create the chaos and come in as the saviors and fucking enslave everybody and kill off everybody else. Essentially, and I do think behind that is a malevolent extraterrestrial race, which is malevolent in nature, as I just said. So they're going to continue to do whatever they can to keep humanity as low as they can, so they can continue to change our DNA to such a point where they can use us as a hybrid specimen for them to perpetuate the existence of their own main predominant rate. Like they're going to be the ones in charge, and human beings are just like a cattle, a vessel, a battery to be used to perpetuate their use. But it's not a human agenda, a good human agenda that's being perpetuated. It's a fucking very bad agenda, and humans are playing a part to help out the bad people if their way wins, which it already is, but the final battle isn't yet here. But if we don't start acting in good accordance with what it means to truly be a Most High warrior or servant, then we are going to lose. It's also why what 13 is doing, if he isn't speaking about getting the good work done, he's really doing us a huge disservice. And because a lot of people believe in him, look up to him, even though he was very adamant about not doing that, but just because of who he is, the information that he has, it's inherently going to do that. A lot of us aren't, the whole collective is fucked because of that. But that's also their fault for not looking to, like, using their own mind, their own discernment, their own heart to look at what he's doing and to also realize that he has faults too. He's growing in wisdom, as we all are. And if you just looked at and you ask yourself, love, like, is it right for a human being to let another human being starve to death? And if, like, your answer to that is that it's okay to allow that, then I don't know how you can call yourself a Most High servant, man. I just don't. And sitting back and just saying, don't worry about them, like that, how is that love, dude? That's like saying if you have a child and they're a drug addict and they're going down the wrong path to not do anything about it. Like, that's not love. And sometimes he has been like this. This is why I disagree. Like, he's also been the type to, like, let your family do whatever. And I'm like, I don't know about that. You have to be careful because they can't hurt you. But I'm going to continue to fight for my family's love and for their good growth and for the knowledge that if I feel they're sick, I'm going to continue trying to heal them as long as I fucking live. I'm not going to just throw them to the curb or, push them away or isolate them or leave them or any of that. No, that's not warm. That's not unconditional love for everything. That's me fucking, really being neglectful and choosing not to go in there and intervening when I know better, when I actually had the information to teach them. But sometimes our egos get in the way of doing that, and mine does too at times. And this is why it's good to have a light heart. And if you guys can't forgive, then you're not going to be able to, you have a heavy heart. And I forgive my family, even though it hurts being around them. And what they're doing goes against what I want to do, but I still love them, and I will always be there for them.